How's everybody doing today? This is Corey Lee's Boxing, and we are back with another banger. So please smash the hell out of that like button, you guys, and subscribe. And yeah, man, wow, we're gonna talk, you know, Javante Tank Davis possibly facing Ryan Garcia later in the year, if possible, man. Wow, man, I want to talk more about this later on a more longer live stream, but I definitely want to touch on it now, being that Ryan Garcia has a fight coming up, so does Javante Tank Davis, but more importantly, Javante Tank Davis is coming up for, a new contract with whatever promoter he wants to pick. So he can fight Ryan Garcia next if he really truly wanted to. I don't think a lot of fight fans have noticed that, and I don't think a lot of fight fans have actually even been talking about it. It's definitely a fight that could possibly happen. Both fighters are very eager and hungry to prove themselves. And I really truly think that Ryan Garcia, you know, is gonna have a good performance in this fight coming up. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, but I'm saying that he's gonna look good. I believe he's gonna get another good knockout, like a knockout real type knockout. Um, Not only that, um, I really truly think that Ryan Garcia, if he really wants to fight, Tank Davis, I believe they can make that fight happen. Because I think Oscar De La Hoya is gonna pretty much go all in on his fighters, man, and with Golden Boy, man. He's been, I'm not gonna say holding on, but he's been feeding Victor Ortiz. He's been feeding Ryan Garcia. Some of the same type of talent. I feel like he hasn't got those big, big, big Canelo Alvarez type fights. A Ryan Garcia versus Javante Tank Davis, Virgil Ortiz versus Errol Spence Jr. He hasn't got those marquee fights yet. So I feel like as a promoter, that's your job. And a lot of these fighters are getting fed up because they're not getting the fights they want, and they're being promised the world to sign. And when it comes down to it, man, it's on your promoter to make the fight. You know, it's on your promoter to make the fight. But my personal opinion is right now, will Oscar De La Hoya, if Ryan Garcia wins, will Oscar De La Hoya let Ryan Garcia fight Javante Tank Davis? And my personal opinion is I think he will, for the right price. Um, Obviously, Javante Davis. I mean, I don't even think it matters what network he's on at this point, man. I think he'll beat Ryan Garcia, but I think it'll be a competitive fight while it lasts. I think eventually Javante Davis will just catch him. Javante Davis has, career ending power. Javante Davis does, and I think Ryan Garcia could be at the end of that. He's a very, very powerful puncher in his left hand, and that's like his dynamite punch. Um, and I think, very few guys at 135 can withhold and withstand the punishment that Javante Davis could unleash on Ryan Garcia. I don't think that, Ryan Garcia has ever been hit that hard. It's not going to be any headgear on. They said him and Rolly Romero had a really tough sparring. I think Tank Davis would be way worse. Tank Davis's IQ, mind you, the most devastating and the most, iconic knockouts were punches that fighters didn't see coming. And so my personal opinion is I think that, Javante Davis has punching power that can end you at any given time, you know? And so that right there, sells fights. Not only sells fights, it gives you an aura, like you're a knockout puncher, and people in your weight class and maybe even a weight class higher know you're there, and they're like, you know what, is it worth the price of what I'm getting paid? And most of the time, 9 times out of 10, it is. because you're gonna get a good payday when you're facing Javante Tank Davis. You know, but yeah, man, Javante Tank Davis. I believe he's a really really good fighter. I believe that he can do a lot for the sport. Um, and I think if he doesn't re-sign with Floyd Mayweather, I think he can spread his wings and touch different markets and stuff. He doesn't have to be quote unquote as some fighters will say, or some fight fans will say, Javante Davis is being held back because Mayweather doesn't work with everybody. Mayweather doesn't work with Golden Boy. Mayweather doesn't do a whole lot of business with Eddie Hearn. Mayweather doesn't work with certain promoters, and that's holding Javante Davis back from the big picture. And that's getting him fights. You know, if Javante Davis can't get fights, then that's hurting his career. That's not hurting Floyd Mayweather's career. That's hurting his career. You know, and I really truly think that Javante Davis is such a good talent that needs to be, you know, put on stage, on front stage, and he needs to fight more. He needs to fight better opposition. Um, and I feel him, man. Fighting this guy Rolly Ramiro, man, it just ain't it. Some people are saying that it doesn't have the flair that some of his fights have, like when he fought, you know, Leo Santa Cruz Jr. That build up to that fight was, really like, some people thought Leo was gonna win that fight. You know, back to it, man. Um, man, I wish I could burn on here more, man. But yeah, man, I really want to know what you guys think in the comment section about this, a future matchup. I know both fighters have fights coming up. Um, but Oscar De La Hoya is saying that this is a fight that he can make. He can see it. He would try to make. So I want to see. I really truly want to see. I want to see if this fight can really get made, because Javante Davis is ready to be a free agent, ladies and gentlemen. And this is the first time in his career that he can pick and choose what he wants to do. And I'm curious to see what he's going to do. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Please smash the hell out of that like button, you guys. And until next time, you guys. Peace.